Welcome to StopFake, the place where we identify disinformation, debunk it, and set the record straight on fakes about Ukraine. I'm Marko Suprun, and our stories this week are: Ukraine refuses Christmas truce and prisoner exchange in Donbas. Ukraine does not have enough gas for the winter. And the OSCE Secretary General calls the creation of a new Orthodox church in Ukraine a provocation. Let's get to the details. No Christmas truce. Ukraine does not agree to a prisoner exchange. This is what pro-Kremlin media and Olga Koptseva from the recognized by nobody Luhansk People's Republic said following the last meeting of the Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe with representatives from Ukraine and Russia. Ms. Koptseva accused Kyiv of quote-unquote breaking the negotiation process and preventing a prisoner exchange taking place before the end of 2018. Ms. Koptseva's claim and the stories following from them are fakes. During a December 20th briefing, Ukraine's representative at the talks, Yevhen Marchuk, said Ukraine had offered the Russian side two options for possible exchanges, and Russia rejected both. Marchuk said that Ukraine agreed to a proposal by pro-Russian fighters to exchange 8 Ukrainians for 33 of their own fighters. However, the pro-Russian side subsequently rejected the deal. Russia continues to insist that Ukrainian authorities should negotiate prisoner exchanges exclusively with representatives of the separatist republics. Ukraine keeps coming up with new proposals for prisoner exchanges in an effort to get as many Ukrainians released from Russian captivity as possible. Another fake that Russian media gleefully spread is that Ukraine refuses to a Christmas truce. Both the self-proclaimed but unrecognized puppet republics in Donetsk and Luhansk issued statements claiming that Kyiv refused to end hostilities for the Christmas season because martial law is in force until December 26th. According to Yevhen Marchuk, Ukraine has already submitted a holiday truce proposal to the OSCE. Marchuk stressed that Ukraine intends to petition Russia and the militants they support to prolong the truce indefinitely when the two sides meet on January 16, 2019. Ukraine's underground gas reserves are melting before our very eyes, declared the pro-Kremlin publication Ukraina.ru last week, claiming that Ukraine did not have enough gas to keep homes warm during the oncoming winter. This is how Ukraina.ru chose to interpret data presented by Ukraine's gas transportation company Ukrtransgaz, that gas reserves in the country's underground storage facilities had decreased. Now, according to Ukrtransgaz data, as of December 19, Ukraine's underground gas storage facilities were 47% full, with 14.7 billion cubic meters of available gas. During December 8th to the 19th, Ukraine's gas reserves decreased by 5.2%. It is this decrease that Ukraina.ru has latched onto to claim that, quote, the amount of gas in Ukraine's storage facilities is drastically decreasing. As a rule, the largest reserves of gas are usually recorded at the end of October, beginning of November. From mid-November through April, the amount of gas gradually decreases as it is used for heating during the winter months. During the summer, when gas consumption decreases significantly, Ukraine actively imports gas. This rhythm occurs every year, and there is nothing extraordinary about it. Furthermore, the current gas reserves are larger than the winter reserves of 2014 through 2016. Past consumption of gas has shown that Ukraine has more than enough to satisfy heating needs this winter, says the Center for Energy Research Director Alexander Kharchenko. While the minimal required volume of gas is 5 billion cubic meters, since April 2014, Ukraine's underground gas storage facilities have never contained less than 7.4 billion cubic meters. Russian journalists also failed to take into account that in recent years, Ukraine has been increasing its own gas production. According to Ukrtransgaz, Ukraine's average daily production reached 59 million cubic meters for the first time in November 2018. According to preliminary estimates, Ukraine's 2018 gas production will rise to 20.9 billion cubic meters. Private gas companies, meanwhile, have also increased their gas production by 18%, some 3.1 billion cubic meters of gas annually. Russian propagandist media regularly feature alarming stories about Ukraine running out of gas and freezing during the dead of winter. Last year, REN TV claimed Ukraine would be left without gas and Europe would be covered in ice, while TASS declared that Ukraine had doubled its gas consumption. StopFake debunked both fakes. Initiating the creation of an autocephalous church in Ukraine, Kyiv has once again provoked a deterioration in relations with Moscow, writes the Kremlin propagandist Ukraina.ru, with other Russian media quickly parroting the fake. The publication claims this was the message that OSCE Secretary General Thomas Greminger conveyed in his interview to the German Osnabrücker Zeitung newspaper. According to Russian media, Greminger considers the creation of an independent Ukrainian Orthodox church a hotbed of tension that could escalate the war in Donbas. While Greminger did mention the new Ukrainian church, he did so in a completely different context. Answering a question about the seizure by Russia of 3 Ukrainian ships and crew members in the Kerch Strait a month ago, Greminger replied that these Russian actions are some of the aspects of current relations along with such other issues as the autocephalous Ukrainian church, the problem of Russian-occupied Crimea, illegal elections in the Donetsk and Luhansk occupied territories, as well as the fighting on the demarcation line between Ukraine and the occupied territories. Russia should take the first steps towards resolving the conflict, Greminger said, by freeing the 24 detained Ukrainian sailors and their 3 ships. He said such a step would be a goodwill gesture. That's it for this week. Our video digest only presents a small amount of the fakes we debunk every week. You can find much more dissected disinformation on the StopFake website. Be sure to check out our top 10 fakes of 2018. Be vigilant, look out for fakes, and if you spot any disinformation about Ukraine, forward it to us for a truth autopsy. From all of us to all of you, Happy New Year. Let's hope we'll have less fakes and more truth in 2019. I'm Marko Suprun, and this is StopFake. Thanks for watching.